She could have took him to the hospital, took him to a church, took him somewhere other than throwing him away like a piece of trash.
The trash bag in the car.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell, the car is messy.
Mm-hmm.
But I put it,
So...
and then
This is Alexis Avila, who's on trial for child abuse in Hobbs, New Mexico. On a cold January day in 2022, CCTV cameras captured a lady, later identified as 18-year-old Alexis Avila, driving to a dumpster and dropping off what appeared to be a black garbage bag. Hours later, 3 dumpster divers go through the same dumpster, scavenging for goods. At first, they seem confused upon finding the black garbage bag. Hearing faint cries from inside, they first suspected it to be a trapped cat. But when one of them opened the bag, it led to a shocking discovery. April Meadow, who was one of the divers, found a newborn child wrapped in a cold, wet towel, whimpering and freezing to death. Without a second thought, she cradled the baby and kissed its forehead, while the others called 911. Police soon arrived at the scene and secured the bag and the CCTV footage as evidence. The baby was rushed to a hospital. Miraculously, it survived. Avila was identified from the footage and brought in for questioning, where she admitted to her crime in great detail. Avila said she put the baby amongst other trash, drove around for a while, and then threw the bag in a dump. Avila tried to justify herself by saying that she acted out in a panic.
Obviously, you're 18 years of age, you know right from wrong, right?
Right.
Okay, so you wrap around a newborn inside a trash
in a
bag.
panic. I just turned 18.
Avila also seemed to be under the impression that she didn't do anything wrong.
You know, it's not normal behavior from any reasonable person to do what you did. What
do you mean?
It's not.
In a panic when I just turned 18?
Then, Avila made a bizarre statement, saying she was aware of her pregnancy, but didn't actually know that she was pregnant.
I found out I was pregnant yesterday.
Okay.
Because I heard it. The doctor showed me. I knew back in whenever, but I didn't know. Does that make sense?
Needless to say, authorities didn't buy her story and charged Avila with attempted first-degree murder and child abuse resulting in great bodily harm. At her trial, Avila testified, saying she doesn't recall giving birth to the baby.
And then the baby was on the toilet or on the floor? I don't remember. What? So, what were you thinking?
She also claimed to be in shock and didn't remember disposing of the infant in the trash.
What was the next thing that you remember? I think when me and my mom went to the police station to go to the hospital.
In fact, Avila said the only thing she recollected from that day was leaving the police station.
Prior to the police station and going to the hospital, you don't remember anything that happened in that space? No.
But the prosecution was having none of it. They made Avila admit to her crimes in front of the jury.
The contents of this bag were used by you, as seen in the video, to throw your newborn into the dumpster. Isn't that true? I'm showing the witness Exhibit 6. It was this baby, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
He was your baby, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
And you put him in a trash bag, didn't you?
What was shown today, yes.
I'm showing the witness what's been entered into evidence. This is Exhibit 18. This trash bag. Do you need me to step closer, ma'am, so that you can see Exhibit 18?
No, I can
clearly?
see. I was just waiting for the question.
My question is, it was this trash bag, wasn't it?
If that's the one that's in the bag, then yes, I don't recall the bag.
Even though Avila maintained that she came to know about her pregnancy one day before tossing the newborn in a dumpster, Steven Astorga, Avila's ex-boyfriend and the father of the abandoned baby, revealed both Avila and he knew about the pregnancy since April 2021, 8 months prior to the incident.
And did you observe the pregnancy test, or did someone tell you about the pregnancy test?
No, I observed it.
You observed it?
Yes, sir.
And the pregnancy test was, I presume, administered with Miss Avila?
Yes.
And she was obviously present for this pregnancy test, is that right?
Yes, sir.
She appeared to see the pregnancy test or to not see the pregnancy test?
She's seen it.
After hours of deliberation, the jury eventually came to an unsurprising verdict.
Verdict. We find the defendant, Alexis Nicole Avila, guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1, signed by the foreperson. We find the defendant, Alexis Nicole Avila, not guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1.
At her sentencing, Avila addressed the courtroom, where she showed remorse for her actions.
I regret that I had to miss out on every first milestone the baby had and that I deprived him of motherly love. I regret that his first hours of life were traumatic, and I regret that he will always have this in the back of his head.
Before deciding her fate, Judge William Shoebridge made some poignant remarks.
You've given yourself a life sentence of knowing what you did with your child. And you've also given your son that same life sentence.
Ultimately, Alexis Avila was sentenced to 16 years in prison. As for the baby, he's now named Saul and lives a healthy life with his father's family.